Hello everyone, welcome to today's session about reorder paragraphs, and I'm going to show you 6 ways of easily pairing paragraphs or pair sentences. And you know that the best way to do reorder paragraphs is through pairings, and I'm just going to quickly go through those 6 methods of pairing. All right, these are very advanced methods that we discuss about, and I'm going to try and keep this as simple as possible. But if you want more detail about the sessions, please attend one of our lectures where we get into the details and nitty-gritty of everything about reorder paragraphs. All right. So what I'm going to do is just explain few techniques, simple techniques on how we do generally, do reorder paragraphs using our advanced techniques. Okay. So without further ado, let's just quickly go through the strategies. Okay. So just give me 1 second. All right. So let's start.
So here are a couple of examples over here, and these are a bit of advanced tricky or advanced methods I would recommend you to use to find pairs. Whenever you have a reorder paragraph, it's always important to ask questions. What do I mean by ask questions? When you read one sentence, look at a link and ask a question. Normally the link is a pronoun. So whenever you see pronouns in a sentence, always ask questions such as which, what, who. For example, the first sentence over here says, this process will reduce our cost of production. This is my pronoun. So what question can I ask from there? Do I know which process they're talking about? Not yet. So that means I can ask the question, which? Here are a couple of examples over here, and these are a bit of advanced tricky or advanced methods I would sentence, look at a link and ask a question. Normally the link is a pronoun. So whenever you see pronouns in a sentence, always ask questions such as which, what, who. For example, the first sentence over here says, this process will reduce our cost of production. This is my pronoun. So what question can I ask from there? Do I know which process they're talking about? Not yet. So that means I can ask the question, which process? And if I look for this answer to that question, which process, I will see that in second sentence it says just in time is a very efficient process. That means that this process is referring to just in time. So that means my pair is true. So when I ask questions, I am easily able to identify the pairs based on looking at pronouns. Then obviously other questions I can ask from a sentence is when, where, how. Again, whenever there's an action in a sentence that's mentioned. For example, over here it says this process will reduce our cost of production. Reduce. Now reduce is an action. Now did they mention how it will be reduced? So if I ask the question how will it be reduced, you will see that in sentence 3 it says that cost of production can be reduced through efficient application of resources. So that means my pair is 1. So I have found out that my pairing, the entire pairing is 2 is my first sentence, 1 is my second sentence, 3 is my third sentence, and 4 is my sentence. Hope you understand. The other thing is keywords matching. Now, whenever we look for keywords, what are keywords? Basically words that are being repeated. Now remember, in level 3, the keywords are going to be straightforward. They are as it is. But in level 4, there might be synonyms. But here we are looking at a level 3. So let's look at this. So over here, the keyword is process, process, cost of production, reduce, reduce. Why am I looking for keywords? Because whenever I have those keywords, chances are that these sentences with those keywords are going to be close to each other. And for me to figure out which sentences come first, which sentences come second, I need to look at the subject and object. So I need to see which one is the subject amongst those sentences and which one is the object among those sentences. So if you have a look, process and process. Now from these two sentences, the subject is just in time. As a result, subject should come first. Object is the cost of production. So cost of production should come second. So 2, 1 is right there, which we already established. Last, also additionally as well as, now these things that I will look at, also additionally as well as, these are important words. Why? Because they're additional information. Whenever I have these things, also additionally as well as, I can tell that they are additional information, and as a result, they will come with a pair. So when I see, for example, also, that means that it's adding information to a particular sentence. So I need to find what it is adding information to. The sentence that it's adding information to should be the first part, and then sentence also. For example, suppose there are two sentences. One says that he or she is a good person. The other sentence says that he or she is also a very good student. Also is the second sentence. So he or she is a good person. That also is adding to that person's talents or skills.
All right, guys. So those were the techniques that we're going to use to, pairing. The other one also is the two-topic one. Now, generally, it gets really difficult when you have a two-topic reorder paragraph. That means like they're talking about two things. Now, the easiest technique or easiest way to identify if it's two topics is that they're going to mention, like, for example, economics is about demand and supply. So demand is one topic and supply is another topic. So generally, whenever they mention one topic, the topic they mention first will represent the first conversation, and then the topic they mention second will be the second part of your conversation. Right? This is called academic sequencing, and you will see that that follows in most some of the examples if you have start looking at exam questions. Right? Now, two topics can be discussed in two ways. One, either they are talking about the similarities or they're not comparing with each other. When they're not comparing, that means suppose I'm talking about reorder paragraph and summarized written text. Now these two topics I'm not comparing. I'm just talking about these two sentences or topics separately. So that means I'm going to talk about reorder paragraph, and any sentence related to reorder paragraph are going to pair up, and any sentences related to summarized written text will pair up together. And then there will be only one connector to connect these two topics. The other way is when they're comparing. Now, when they're comparing, you're going to see that one sentence is about reorder, one sentence is about summarized written text. The other sentence is about reorder, the other sentence is about summarized written text. So we have two separate topics, but they're comparing these two. So what happens is at that time, you will see at least each sentence having a connector of its own. So most likely you're going to come across three discourse markers or three connectors. And that's the best way to identify one topic or two topics. And if you see them, either they're being compared, if they're compared, then obviously the first topic mentioned first will come first, second topic will come later, and then again first and second, and they're going to go in a circle. Whereas if they are just talking about two topics separately, when they mention the first topic, that will be talked about first and then finished, and then they will move on to the next topic, they'll talk about it and finish it. Hope I made that very clear. If not, again, as I've said, guys, make sure that you attend the session for Reorder Paragraph. It's a very important session, and it will help you a lot to develop, and to learn new techniques to finish, to answer your Reorder Paragraphs better. All right. Hope this was helpful. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Stay tuned for more short videos like this. Thanks.